church has divided this year into feasting days and fasting days. Today is a feasting day!
Huzzah! Feasting days! Huzzah! Fasting days!
Fine! Fortunately, today is a
Feasting day!
Now, we understand that we are now the Church of England. However, we still do follow, I know, I'm sorry, we still do follow many of the rules of the Vatican. Many of the rules of the Church. And most importantly is that on fasting days, you can eat nothing that is flesh nor foul, nor anything that comes from anything that is flesh or foul.
Just like eggs.
Right, or milk.
Or cheese.
Right.
Wait. Or butter.
Aye, indeed.
Well, there must be a loophole somewhere, because I had butter last Friday.
Remember back to that whole part about being wealthy? See, you can go to the church and you can pay for something called an indulgence. And when you pay for an indulgence, then you are allowed to do things that you would not otherwise be allowed to do. So, for example, there is an entire tower in France that they built because of people putting money in what is known as a butter box. You would go, you would put your money in the butter box, and then you could eat butter on fasting days. So many people did this, they built an entire new tower for the church, the Butter Tower. Or as they would say in French, the Tower Bear.
That is why my mother sent Allie and me every Thursday to the chapel so we could put money in the butter box so we could butter our bread the next day. Memories.
If you are a peasant, you are not going to the butter box and paying money to buy butter. Because if you paid money to buy butter, you wouldn't have any money to buy butter.
Cecily?
Yes,
You seem a bit butter bitter.
mayhaps a bit. Moving on. Back to the church. So, the feasting and fasting days, you cannot have those things. However, we also know the church is somewhat
Arbitrary.
about what exactly is flesh and what is fish. And to explain that, I bring out our good friend, Weaver the Beaver. Everyone say, hi, Weaver! Hi, Weaver! So, as you can see, Weaver is flesh. You would not be able to eat Weaver on a fasting day. However, according to the church, oh, not you, darling, someone like you. You can have beaver tail. Why? Because according to the church, it is a fish. Why? Because it swims in the water. Milady, do not try to make sense out of this. These are the same people that bring you indulgences.
Celibacy for priests, but apparently not for cardinals.
You know what we're talking about. And enough pieces of the true cross to rebuild the White Hart after a hooligan set gone awfully wrong. You're there. So you have to remember that there are very, very specific rules. And this is a Class Act public service announcement for the day. On fasting days, no beaver, only tail. Repeat it with us. On fasting days, no beaver, only tail.
Remember, if your children get the jokes,
You're raising them right. We give you this because we care about your soul. Oh, aye. So, just out of curiosity, you all remember the Great Plague of London? It was in all the broadsides. What was it blamed on?
rats.
You ever see a rat from the front? See the beaver? Not rats. I think it was a lot of really angry, tailless beavers seeking their revenge. That's right, we go back to here. So now that you know what we can eat and what we cannot and why and when, it's important to think about what we are actually eating and the foods we have prepared for this week. Now, all of the foods this year were in concert with the theme here at the festival, which has been marriage and love and romance. So I took all of the dishes, either from a wedding ceremony in the 16th century or from meals served to King Henry and Queen Jane at Hampton Court. Now,